Good morning, folks. It's Kerry with 401k Dexter's. I'm in my truck this morning, headed down to our property outside of Athens, Texas. Gonna get some work done on the homestead. Since Linda and I got 3/4 of the winter paddock T-posts in place already, we just have the last side, which would be the north side of the paddock, to put T-posts in. Unfortunately, that goes down through the woods and a creek bed. So Linda has some stuff that she's going to be doing around the house with our daughter, running errands and such, doing a little bit of Christmas shopping, I guess. Maybe hitting a doctor's appointment. So I'm headed down here by myself today. I may throw together another video of me getting some work done and show you how that fence line is going to go down through the woods. But I wanted to jump on and just give you kind of a heads up as to what my 33rd day of retirement looks like, what I'm up to, how I'm doing. So my schedule now consists of getting up and feeding the dogs between 5:30 and 6 o'clock in the morning. I know that sounds early, but the dogs are on a schedule. They have been as long as we've had them. There is one, our youngest, Karma, who has a whine like an alarm clock, and her internal clock knows when it's 5:30 in the morning. Sometimes I can get up and let them out to do their business and then put them back in the kennel, and they will go back to sleep for another half an hour, 45 minutes. But most times between 5:30 and 5:45 they want to eat breakfast. Now the funny thing is they'll eat breakfast and then go right back in their kennel and go back to sleep until 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I will jump back in the spare bedroom and pick up a book or pick up my phone, and Chevy, our oldest male, will join me at the foot of the bed. Him or none of the other dogs get to sleep on the bed. They all sleep in the kennel except Chevy. He gets out, he sleeps on the couch. And I kind of like having a watchdog that's available just in case any intruder were to come along, that he can be there to bark and then get everybody else up. And whoever would step into the house with that many dogs barking, good luck to them. But my schedule after that is Linda and I sit down and have our morning coffee. As I've mentioned before, Linda is a big list maker. She has things to do almost daily. The list that I started making after I retired consists mostly of projects. It'll be, wash the car, wash the truck, cut firewood, clean up the office. So I will review my daily list or my project list, and she will review her daily list, and we'll see how things mesh between the two. Ever since I've retired, I don't think Linda's gone much of anywhere by herself. It's been her and I, me driving, whether it's going to the grocery store or shopping or to appointments, to go pick up a grandson. We're just together all the time, which I absolutely love, cherishing those moments that we spend together. If she's got a big meal scheduled for the day, we might both get in the kitchen and work. I'll help chop up some onions or saute some things for her to help out. So that's also enjoyable, that we're both in the kitchen together instead of me off at work or doing something and her, cooking. So last couple of days I've spent decluttering our office. Just over the years, things have piled up in the office, from old computer equipment to a box of cords that doesn't fit anything anymore. Oh, I wanted to mention, I was going through the box of cords that don't fit anything anymore, and I ran across one particular cord, and I knew that it went to something, and then a light bulb went off and I had an aha moment. So I dug out an old, I think it's an 8mm camera that we had as Nellie was growing up, and as we would go on vacations, I would carry the 8mm camera. So we've got all these little cassettes sitting around the house, and I had no way to watch them. The battery on the camera doesn't work, so you have to plug it in just to power it. And it's got a teeny tiny screen, about 1.5 by 2 inch on the camera itself, that you can watch the movies. But I wanted to be able to project it to a TV, so Linda and I, or our daughter and son-in-law, could come over and we could watch the old movies. I remember growing up, my dad had a big projector and a camera, and we had fabulous times rewatching old videos of us when we were kids. So I'm looking forward to inviting the kids over. We're going to have like a popcorn watch movie night, but the movies are going to be home movies, so that should be real fun. So I'm going through the office and cleaning that up, decluttering not only the office, but quite a few rooms. I'm taking pictures and knickknacks off shelves and off the walls. And it's really in an effort, a larger effort, to eventually paint the house. As I've mentioned before, we're looking at putting the house on the market in the spring, and we've got to paint the inside and outside of the house. So these projects and decluttering, oh, there goes a roadrunner right across the road. Squirrel moment, but roadrunner moment. But in a larger effort to get the house ready to paint. So each one of these little projects that I cross off my list is part of a larger project that is also on the list, and that's paint the inside of the house. So all of those things add up to filling my days and my weeks. But I also want to talk about our budget and our withdrawal strategy that we have going into retirement. Then I'll close out the video. Linda and I really went into a mode of stashing cash the last, 6 or 8 months of my work. Instead of contributing to the 401k, I stopped contributions and then increased the amount that went into our savings account from every paycheck. So that it was the intent to finance these last couple of months of this year, so we wouldn't have to take a withdrawal on top of the salary that I had already taken for the year. So Linda has an inherited IRA from her mom. It's not a huge one, but the schedule on that is because it's an inherited IRA. Linda needed to withdraw all the funds within a 10-year time frame. My mother-in-law passed away in 2020, so 10 years from that point. So what we did was, during COVID, you didn't have to take any, so we didn't, and we left it there. And I think that was 2020. 2021, not sure if we took a small amount to finance a cruise, vacation, something like that, maybe a trip to Colorado, but we didn't take the full amount that we needed. And the way that we calculated that out was we just took the number of years left for the withdrawal and divided that by the amount that's in there, and just figured we'd take it out in even distributions of that amount, whatever it ended up being. So we did need to take a withdrawal this year, and that financed about a month's worth of expenses for us. We've been very diligent of capturing our budget, both pre and post retirement. So that really gave us an idea of how much cash we needed in the bank. I don't like keeping cash at the house, and I used to be one to carry cash in my wallet, but I've kind of moved away from that and just carry a debit card really anymore. But Linda is the one that will go in and move money from savings account to checkings account, so we can pay for groceries or pay for tires on the car, the truck, things of that nature. So after we get through the end of the year, we are planning on taking a distribution in January. And instead of taking the entire year, I talked to a couple different people, and I thought that we would take out, based on our monthly spend rate or burn rate, that we would take out enough to finance 6 or 7 months. So what we'll do is take that inherited IRA withdrawal from Linda's account, and then take another lump sum from my 401k, and then take a look at how the allocation sits after that withdrawal, and we may rebalance. Then as we go through the year and figure out what our actual spend is versus our estimated spend rate month to month, we'll see how long that money lasts. And then when we get to the point where we have maybe 1 month's expenses left in the savings account, we'll go ahead and make another withdrawal. So that first part of the year will give us a better finite number of what our spend rate is, starting from when I retired through that point next year of September or October maybe, and then determine what our spend needs to be through the end of the year, and we'll take that second withdrawal. Coming through a small town here, so I want to be sure that I'm catching all the lights and watching all the traffic. So that's kind of where we're at on our finances. I really haven't worried about finances. I know pre-retirement that was a big concern. What do the numbers look like? What are we spending month to month? How are we going to calculate all that out? What are we going to take out for withdrawals? But our plan is pretty simple. Basically take one at the beginning of the year, see how long that money lasts, and then monitor our spend rate. Things are going to come up. Emergencies are going to happen. This year we had mechanical problems with the car. I had to get money to help fix our daughter's car. That wasn't a planned expense. That was, I think, $110. So it all adds up. So doing well. Physically, getting lots of exercise. I haven't been in the gym as much, but we've been working down at the property a lot, so a lot of physical labor to offset not pumping iron. Feel good. I'm still maintaining my weight. I'm somewhere around 171, 172. It's about 2 or 3 pounds lower than my pre-cruise weight. But holidays are creeping up. Thanksgiving's around the corner. All the sweets and treats and candies for Christmas will be there. So if I can maintain right around 170, 173, I'll be happy. Feel good. The stress of work and the schedule of work is lifted from my shoulders. It really is a real thing. Just the time management of where you need to be, when projects need to be done, travel for business, project due dates, meetings, all those things, they're just non-existent. So, my meeting now consists of sitting down with coffee at the dining room table and going over our daily or weekly lists, and Linda and I figuring out what we're going to do for the week or for the day. 33 days into retirement, and I'm loving every minute. I keep hearing of people on the TV that have passed away at 50, 55, and 60, and am glad that I pulled the cord at 56 and a half, and enjoying time with my wife and family, grandson. Looking forward to the holidays. So wanted to give you guys a heads up. Retirement's great. 401k Dexter's out.